So we're not going to finish our month of tea without spending a few days with Japanese styles and Japanese teas. The most famous tea of which is probably Sencha, one of the best known. The company that I chose the tea from today was Ito-en, which is one of the largest tea companies in Japan and in the world. And the tea that I ordered from them, the Sencha, is really just their regular house Sencha. One of the things that's frequently said about Japanese tea is that there's less concern about preserving this whole leaf and restoring this whole leaf for Japanese teas than there are for Chinese teas. Now, it's kind of a sweeping generalization, but I think it also informs a little bit of the teaware and the way in which it's prepared and served as we go on. And then there is a traditional Japanese teapot called the kyusu, and I don't have a really nice one like you saw in the tea brewing that I did with Mike Fritz. Mike had a beautiful one. So it's kyusu is a tea bowl with a handle on the side, and mine is made of glass. It's from Northwest Glass with a fitted tea infuser that's a really generous basket. And you can see mine's pretty well worn. It's really a workhorse in my tea collection. So as you can see, I'm not weighing out my tea today. I'm really very comfortable with this teaware, so that visually I can look at what's the contents that are inside my bowl and tell that I'm going to be very happy with brewing this tea. And and just because of the demonstration, I didn't do a lot of preparation of pre-warming the pot, but I'm going to repeat the one technique that I have, where I just moisten the leaves a little bit, and I sort of shake them around, move them around, let them hydrate just a little, because this Sencha is also a really fragrant tea. And with this glassware, even though it's not as lovely as a really traditional Japanese ceramic kyusu, the function is the same. And you can see on the lid the steam, the aromatics that flow up and out of these leaves. The sweetness is a remarkable thing. So that what you don't want to do is to burn these leaves with water that's boiling, far too hot. To preserve the sweetness with a nice, gently warm tea, you could go 165, 175, but also introducing it slowly, I think. Cool. Remember, when you let the water fall from this distance in the top of the kettle down to this bowl in a small stream, and have it touch the side of the teaware without hitting the tea leaves directly, you're also cooling that water a little bit. And then as the water comes up over the tea leaves and you allow the stream to fall on the top and in the middle, you start to swirl the tea leaves and let the water move through them. Now these leaves are broken leaves. They're not going to rehydrate into a full leaf that I can show you with a stem and a leaf and a bud and two leaves. But that's not what we're looking for in this tea experience. And while this is infusing, I'm going to let this steep now for just about a minute. Minute more. That I'm going to take and mention. This is a Costco brand tea bag that's packaged by the same company, Ito-en. And in this, and I'm being very careful to open this tea bag, I'm going to just pour it out. The whole envelope is still lined with a really fine powder of matcha. This lovely little small tea bag is very inexpensive, and inside is a very finely crushed sencha, but also matcha. Matcha that's so finely ground it comes through the surfaces of this tea bag, this filtered tea bag, and infuses in your cup. So you get a blend of sencha and matcha. And matcha is, of course, the whole ground leaf with pretty high in antioxidants. And one of the other things that is nice just about the design of this tea bag, there's no staple, but there's this little slit so that this can fit over the edge of your cup to hold your tea bag in suspension. History. The other thing I'm going to use is a little tea mug. Now, here in the United States anyway, much of the West, other countries, many of us like to use that mug with a nice big handle. We can really wrap our hands around it. The Japanese version, if you can see this little man climbing up, is part of what I was thinking about the other day when I talked about tea humor and how we can combine this humor with the elegant aesthetics of teaware. And this is a gorgeous example. I'm going to decant my tea. So now I'm going to sign off, finish my tea, and enjoy one of my favorite tea mugs. Bye-bye.